This week we travel back to the world of an ancient community that is so distant yet familiar to our modern societies. We trace the footsteps of people on a journey heading to the promised land. Welcome to the Sebcast, where we turn our beloved stories on their heads, look at what history might have overlooked, discover anew, and grow together. Picture this: you live in the wilderness. Every morning you look at the tabernacle waiting for a sign, a cloud by day, fire by night. If the cloud moves, you pack your tent, your belongings, your entire life and follow. But if the cloud stands still, you stay. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and still the cloud doesn't move. The Israelites didn't realize it, but they were in what we might call a divine waiting pattern. In Numbers 9, we see this rhythm. If the cloud moves, they move. If it stands still, they stand still. There was no schedule, no roadmap, and no guarantee of what comes next. For a people who had lived as slaves for centuries, accustomed to predictable routines, this uncertainty must have felt unbearable. But waiting has a special quality. It's painful but also transformative. Today, we hate waiting as much as they did. We tap our fingers impatiently when Netflix buffers. We sigh when a text message isn't answered immediately. And when the metaphorical cloud in our own lives stands still, when the job offer doesn't come, the relationship doesn't progress, or plans stagnate, it feels like failure. But is it? I once talked to an endurance athlete in my community in Pretoria who spent years training for races. He told me, the hardest part of training isn't the races, it's actually the rest days. It feels counterintuitive to do nothing, but it's precisely on those days that your body grows stronger. What if waiting works for our souls in the same way? The Israelites didn't just rest, they learned. Patience, trust, and surrender are like muscles. The wilderness was their gym. The cloud stillness wasn't idleness but preparation for what came next. Theologians call it active waiting, a state of openness in which we don't just sit idly but are attentive to what God or life is teaching us. In that silence we learn to trust not only the destination but also the timing. So the next time the cloud in your life stands still, resist the urge to despise it. Perhaps stillness isn't stagnation, perhaps it's strength. And maybe, just maybe, the waiting is the most important part of the journey. You know me well by now, so you know I wrote this whole Sebcast for myself. I hope it can also mean something to you. Until tomorrow, take care.